there's a lot of history in this FRS that I've had. Even though I didn't really get to drive it as much, there's a lot of history here. So I'm gonna go back, I'm gonna review all the videos that I have, including the FRS and all the other cars that I've had in the past, and just try to see, you know, how everything unfolded. You know, it's kind of interesting to just kind of reflect, right? And see if my ideas came through, or if the way I thought of the car and everything is the same, or has it changed. It's just good to reflect sometimes. So let's look back at some of these videos, because there's a lot of history here with the FRS.
And the FRS is our first sport car. Now it pumps out 200 horses and only weighs about 2,700 pounds. So it's quick and it's light on its wheels. It's lots of fun to drift with. Those bucket seats will hold you in every corner. And we have a flat floor there, so it's a low center of gravity and you can drift like a dream, all right?
Initially, I was already satisfied with you know, my tuner tendencies when I got the Evo, because I figured, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. I mean, I want to be practical minded now, which is why I got the FJ and the XB. But I also wanted to fix up a car just because, you know, it's just something I've been doing since I was a kid. But as soon as I saw the FRS introduced as a concept car, I guess realized in my head that there's so many possibilities that I could do in terms of as a tuner on how to fix up this car and make it even better than it is. Because, you know, you got to understand that, you know, tuners kind of have been starved for a brand new model that kind of caters to them. You know, for a while now, a lot of the supercars kind of just disappeared. You know, like the Supra, the NSX, the RX-7s, and all those sports cars. They got discontinued. Just the big companies just didn't want to make those anymore. I guess it wasn't economically viable, and they started making family cars and mainstream cars. But then they kind of forgot about the tuner culture. So this subculture was pretty much hungry for a new tuner car. I mean, sure, you have the Evo and the GTR came out, but that's still a different price range. You know, it's still much more expensive. And the appeal of the FRS is that, aside from being affordable, of course, is that it's just sort of like this really great platform where you can do so much to it. You know, there's so many things that you can add to it, and it already looks good from the get-go. And that's really what appeals to tuners is being able to add things to it. You know, whether it's performance, looks, both, or whatever. I hear the ice cream truck right now. Maybe I should actually I should get something.
That one was $5 too. So they're like really cheap.
That's $5 already with discount or no?
That's with discount. They sell them for $10.
And where do you think it's headed to, like the scene?
The scene?
Yeah.
Well, we have all these FRSs, BRZs. It seems like sometime in the next 5-6 years there's going to be a major production tuner battle between, you know, what cars like S2000, 350Z. Now it's going to be FRS and Genesis and who knows what.
So what do you think of the FRSs?
I like them.
You do?
I like them a lot. I wish I could get one and go, you know, with all my buddies who are getting them, and they seem stoked on life about it. The entry-level new car to get is without a doubt the FRS or the BRZ.
Right. Just because it's new, or?
Because it's such a well-thought-through platform. You know, Toyota really put their ear to the ground. Talked with, you know, Moto P from Club 4AG. Talked with quite a few enthusiasts, and they went that route. You know, they're offering a true manual transmission, and they're offering a paddle shifter.
Right.
And bang for buck, you can't really beat what they're delivering.
Right.
Quality of engineering.
This is a 2013 model, but I purchased this car
in 2012 because I was in the waiting list, right? First gen of the FRS with all the hype and everything behind it. And so I was lucky enough to get this car in 2012. By 2013, I was already adding all these modifications to it. Just got myself some goodies again for the FRS. Okay, check this out. I got myself a tow hook. These tow hooks are cool. Tow hooks for the FRS, see? Cusco. You know, this is a necessity if you want to go tracking, you know, just so you don't get stranded somewhere. You know, this goes right here. Okay, right in the front. So that's cool. These are goodies that I got. A lot of modifications. This is really what the FRS is all about, and modifying, you know. So looking forward to getting some other stuff like my cold air intake and all the other goodies that I want to do to this car. So for a while, you know, the tuner cars, they became more boxy, kind of like the Evo, you know. It kind of has a boxier look, mean face to it, you know, like a shark, which is alright. It's very niche-y. It's obviously, if you're not into Evos, or if you're not really into that kind of tuner scene or anything, you may not get it, you know. There's a lot of times where, you know, I could drive next to someone and then they, you know, they really don't understand what an Evo is. That's fine, you know. But with the FRS, because it has that kind of sort of that universal appeal in terms of the way it looks, you know, it's sleek in the front, and then the curves go all the way to the back. You can see the fenders kind of just flare out a little bit. So it has that really contemporary canvas where you can add so much more. That's really what the FRS does. It kind of brings back the imagination, and it lets people imagine in their heads how they can even make it look better, because it's really a great blank canvas in terms of even just for looks. We're not even talking about performance yet. We're just talking about adding a body kit or a wide body kit, or adding fender flares and adding really, you know, wide or deep dish wheels to kind of give it a wider stance or whatever. So, you know, it appeals to people who want to just fix up the appearance or the way it looks, you know. But aside from that, of course, also the performance modifications that you can add to it, and a lot of people have already done that. They've added turbos to it to make it faster. They've swapped the motor. So, you know, these things you would want to do to a car like an FRS, because it already has a great canvas. It looks good already from the get-go, but it looks even better once you fix it up, you know, and it sits low, so it really feels like a sports car.
That's so cool.
Yeah, what?
I won the first one and I was thinking I wanted that.
Yeah? What?
And there it was. Went to the dealers. I thought that once I see it in person, then I'll see, something would be revealed to me. Like, I'll see what Peter's seeing. But I have to admit that when I finally saw it in person, it really didn't change my mind. I still didn't see anything. I mean, I was like, what is it that he's seeing? I remember asking him, like, what are you seeing? I mean, I don't know. I just see...
It's the FRS.
Yeah, but I just see a car. And so he's like, there it is. Don't you see it? And I was like, no. And I was trying really hard. I mean, I walked around the car. I was like standing at a 45-degree angle. I was standing in front. I went to the back. I mean, I was really trying. So I think there's got to be something going on, like in his artistic brain, because obviously I still saw just a car. But I always believe when he sees something, there's something going on. So I always believe it 100%. So I thought, okay. Obviously, we got the car. And then once we got the car, I have to say, I don't remember what he did first, but obviously the wheels. And when I saw the wheels on this car, I thought, oh my gosh, it's so perfect. How did you think of that? I mean, I've seen other kind of gold wheels, but they're kind of bronzy, or I have to say I was pretty amazed at how it was such a perfect combination. You know, it's like when you go shopping and you look at these outfits and you just know what color would go well with your complexion and like your body type or your curve, top heavy, whatever. That's how I kind of really, I think for the first time, felt and saw what Peter saw and feels is when he got the gold wheels, especially in the sunlight, when you see the gold wheels and you see the white pearly, the little tiny like subtle shimmer. It's so, it looks good. That's all I gotta say.
See the blue brakes, I actually painted that myself.
Yeah, so just doing the final stages on painting my calipers blue. Figured these Brembos would probably look good. I got it from a 2012 STI. Look better once I put the clear on it, you know. Figure I'd paint it myself. Paint these Brembos myself. So.
And then I think he got the body kit. You know, I never know what it really is gonna look like. I don't really think about it as a big deal. By the way, he put that on himself. Well, I was his assistant, but he really did most of it himself.
The whole front end has been, there's a clear bra on this whole front end right here. All the bolt-ons were the first things that I replaced on this car. Okay, the wheels, the exhaust, sway bars, suspension stuff, strut bars, the carbon fiber hood, and all those things. I even replaced the seats as well.
All right. So, what's your name?
Pete? See how it fits. Good. So what do you think? Does it fit? Fits all right? Looks good. Carbon fiber hood. You really look for things that match the car. I look for things that will make the car, that will complement the way the car looks.
The blacked out lights had this done. This was done before they started selling all those aftermarket headlights. So this was baked, opened, and sprayed flat black.
I envisioned it to be like this even once I purchased it. I thought, okay, I'm gonna put this particular body kit. I'm gonna put these wheels because they're lightweight, but they also look good, you know. And right now, you know, that's what I envisioned. You know, I went with the gold wheels because of the pearl white paint job, and it kind of is a great contrast. It actually complements each other. When you see it out in the sun, people really enjoy it. I just wanted a kit that won't take away from the curves but actually complement it, And that's why I put this kit in it. And this was just going to be a dedicated daily / track car. So I changed the suspension. I put coilovers, lowered it a little bit, not too crazy, because like I said, it's going to be for the track, not not just for show. And then I put a roll cage in it, and little things like that to make it look like a clean track, daily driven car. Yeah, so we're here, we're checking out the FRS